Calgary Police Service is releasing CCTV video of a person of interest as we continue to investigate a stranger sexual assault in the community of Canyon Meadows. On Sunday, June 15, 2014, a woman in her 20s exited the CTrain at Heritage Station before boarding a Calgary Transit bus at approximately 10:55 p.m. A man got onto the bus at that same time. The woman had been on the CTrain since boarding on the Northwest Line. Investigators believe a man boarded at the Chinook Station before following the woman onto the bus at Heritage Station. Both passengers exited the bus at Elbow Drive and Canata Place Southwest at approximately 11:10 p.m. The man followed the woman as she walked westbound. As the woman walked on the pathway through a green space between Canata Close and Canterbury Drive Southwest, it is alleged that the male ran quickly towards her. The culprit threatened the woman with a weapon and then repeatedly sexually assaulted her. The victim was eventually able to run to safety, where she called the police. She was then transported to a local hospital to be treated for minor injuries. Investigators believe the sexual assault occurred for approximately 10 minutes, starting at about 11:10 p.m. Nearby residents may have heard the victim screaming, particularly at the beginning of the attack and as she ran away. Anyone who saw or heard anything is asked to contact the police. The suspect is described as black with a medium skin tone, in his 20s, approximately 6 feet tall, with a slim build and a very short afro. He was wearing a gray jacket, a green t-shirt, black runners, jeans, and a dark-brimmed hat. It is also believed that he spoke with a French accent. The CPS Sex Crimes Unit is working very closely with Calgary Transit, Public Safety, and Enforcement, who has provided valuable assistance. On Monday, June 16th, Calgary Transit CCTV photos of a person of interest were released to the City of Calgary newsroom. Today, Tuesday, June 17, 2014, investigators are releasing video of the person of interest. The video and additional photos are available at the City of Calgary newsroom. Also taken by Calgary Transit security cameras, the video shows the man has a very distinctive walk. Anyone with information on this incident, including the identity of the suspect, is asked to call police or Calgary Crime Stoppers.
Can you better describe what's significant about the video as opposed to the still photos?
If you watch the video, he has a very distinctive walk. Anyone that would know who this male is, if they watch the video, may have a better idea of who he is or be able to help us identify him.
Can you say more? Like, we haven't seen the video yet, but just
describe the walk. The person of interest we're looking for has a very slow walk. It's very distinctive. If you watch normal people walk down the street, they will have just a walk that kind of blends in. His is very distinctive. If you look at the video, you'll see what I mean by very distinctive.
Do you have any idea which way he ran to after? Like, I know she ran for help, but where did he go?
She left the scene. I do not know which direction he left at that time.
Is it possible that he lives in that area as well?
I don't know where he lives. I have no leads to that at all.
Did you guys get any phone calls with ideas, tips as to who he is?
We have a few tips that have come in. We're working those right now. We're looking to the public for more tips, especially anyone in the area that happened to hear us screaming at the beginning or the end of this assault. We're really hoping to have people come forward to tell us what they heard or saw.
Are the tips like giving you any better of an idea of who this guy might be? Do you have some maybe cool people narrowed down?
I wish I could tell you a pool that we had narrowed down. Right now we're working through the few tips we have. We do need more tips to have this come to solution.
Who may have, like you mentioned the screams and the neighbors.
Yes.
Have you gone door to door and spoken to all the neighbors and confirmed that that's the case? And why did they not, if you hear a scream, wouldn't you go and do something about it?
We have done neighborhood inquiries in the area. Some people obviously are not home when we go by. We're trying to go back and do more neighborhood inquiries. The best way to reach some people is through the media to ask people to come forward. Someone may have heard a scream, thought it was a kid playing or something, or checked out their window and didn't see anything out there worth reporting, didn't want to bother the police at the time. What we're telling you now is there's context for this. There was an assault that happened in that area, and to please let us know if you heard anything.
Were you able to get any evidence from the scene at all?
We do have some evidence for the scene, which we're processing now.
How long does that generally take to process?
The DNA lab, we can do, if we put a rush on it, it's a 25-day turnaround. We're looking at trying to better that turnaround time, and we're working on that right now.
When you say French accent, do you mean France or Quebec?
It's a French accent. I can't tell you which one it is. There's Haitian French. There's a bunch of different Frenches out there, and I can't tell you which accent, but it is a French accent.
You don't know, you can't tell me because you don't know, or you can't tell me because it's not clear enough?
I can tell you that it's a French accent. I don't know which derivative of French it is. I couldn't tell you that. If I knew, I'd tell you. I don't know that answer.
Can you say, Did she ride the bus frequently, and is it possible he rode the bus frequently, or?
We're working on that angle as well. We're trying to find out the bus routes and whatnot. I can tell you that she does not consistently ride the bus at this time of night from this location.
You guys were also looking for a man who was sort of standing off to the side at one of the CTrain stations who was talking to him but didn't know him. Have you gotten any idea of who that guy is? Has he come forward?
We don't know. Anyone that's at the CTrain at this time that he seems to remember seeing this male there, we'd love to hear from you as well to find out if you have any further information for us.
Sorry, can you talk more about who that male is? Maybe I just don't know that detail.
There was, so if you watch the video, you see that there's some people blocked out. We don't have any witnesses or anyone else in the video, but you see people are blocked out. Anyone that's blocked out in the video that you remember, wait a minute, that's me, I see me in that video, we'd love to hear from you. Even if you just said, that's me in the video, and I can see my feet, perfect. We'd love to narrow that down to say that we've talked to that person, just to let us know who was there.
What kind of lighting was in the park?
It's terrible lighting, it was very dark.
What are you telling residents in that area now, just in case he does live in that area? Are you saying just be extra cautious?
We're telling Calgarians to be aware of your surroundings, be aware of other people that may need your assistance, and to call the police if they do.
Was she heading home at the time?
She was heading to a residence.
And you mentioned this was not her usual route or her usual...
It's not her usually time of day to be traveling. It's not like she's leaving work and she's always on the bus at this time every day. That's not true. It was, she happened to be on the bus at this time, so it's not a regular scheduled thing.
But she does sometimes take transit, just not her regular schedule. Is that fair?
That's fair, absolutely.
When she went to call for help, did she go to someone's house?
She went to a resident in the area, and they're the ones that called the police.
What did they tell you?
The resident?
Yeah.
That's part of the investigation. I can't go into that.
How long does it take to work through some of like the tips that you got? Like, would you say it's a handful or a dozen?
Right now we have a handful. We're hoping for a lot more. I have my entire team assigned to this. We're working in the MCM model. We're assigning different tips out. Anything that does come in, we're investigating it as quickly as possible and assigning them to the team. So it's not just 2 investigators are working at it. This is a team that's looking at this.
Because this is a big priority, obviously.
This is our #1 priority right now, absolutely.